everybody, welcome back to another episode of Try New Things. For today is a beautiful, sunny, hot day here in northern Kentucky. And what I want to do today is something I've been meaning to do for a little while. But back at Christmas, Santa Claus brought the family a solar generator kit. And I've been meaning to dig it out, and have yet to do so. So what a better day than on a nice sunny day like this than to finally open it up and take a look. And the reason why I think this is going to be a little bit different, if you go on YouTube, you're gonna see a ton of videos from experts that know what they're talking about, that can rattle off all the specifications of the solar generator system, compare it to others, tell you what's the best value. I can't do that. I'm not qualified to do that. I'm actually not qualified to do anything because I have never done this before. I've never set one up. And so really that's going to be the angle of this video, is someone with no experience using solar generators, and can they open up the box, dig it out, hook it up, and get it to work first time? If yes, how hard or how easy is that process? And that's what I'm going to do today. So here is the kit that we got at Christmas time. It's a setup from Bluetti. I really can't even remember all that much about it. It's been so long since Santa Claus ordered it. But what I'm going to do right now is get it out of its boxes, and then we're going to take a look, and I'll be able to tell you the model at least that we ended up getting. So stay tuned. We'll get this all undone, and then I'll check back in with you. So here's what we had in the boxes. Looks like the kit that we got for Christmas contained 3 solar panels, and I actually thought they'd be a lot more bendy, if that makes sense. They're fairly rigid. We'll open one up here after a bit. And then we've got on the right, that's the AC charger, so you can actually charge it from the wall. A number of different connectors. I'm assuming, hopefully, at least some of those will connect to the solar panels. And then it looks like I ended up getting the AC200MAX 2000 watt hour solar generator. Alright, we've moved inside the barn the rest of the way and closed the big door and turned off the overhead lights. I'm hoping we'll be able to see what shows up on the screen. So according to the instruction manual, which seems to be pretty simple to follow so far, to turn on the unit, you just tap the power button. Now again, this was ordered back probably in October. It was a Christmas gift. It is now June, and I've never turned this thing on before. So I wouldn't be surprised if I push this button, nothing happens, and we have to resort to the AC charger. But let's go ahead and give it a tap. Well, a little green light came on and the screen came on. That surprises me. And I can see the screen looking through the camera. Maybe if I zoom in a bit, it'll show up better. All right, I apologize, but that looks like about the best that I can do. I just touch it, it comes back on. But it currently says that it's 63% charged, which is amazing given how long this has been sitting in our basement inside the boxes. But anyway, it has some charge, which means we can play with it. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom the camera back out, probably turn the lights back on, and show you some of the other things on this generator, I guess. So before I turn the lights back on here, I thought I'd show you something I just figured out. So I have the power on, and up top you can see it says wireless charging output 15 watts. And this one says the same thing. Now I don't have an iPhone that's new enough to wirelessly charge, but my earpods are. So if I turn DC power on, it should. Yeah, a little light came on. Can't see it. There it is. But it is now charging my headphones. So that's pretty cool with the wireless charger. Maybe someday I'll have a phone that can take advantage of that. But anyway, it's time to set up one of the solar panels over there and see if we can figure out how to hook it up. So on the back of each one of these solar panels, inside of that attached pouch, it looks like is the charging cable. Now I haven't quite figured out how to hook that up yet, but that's what I'm going to do right now. Hopefully you can see a number somewhere around 156, 155. So it's currently charging at 150 to 155 watts. And we're starting out with 63% power. So I'm going to leave this in the sun for a little bit and see if my power number goes up any. And then we may try hooking these up in series as well to see what kind of charge we're getting. So now I have all three panels set up and feeding into the Bluetti AC200MAX. You should be able to see that we're charging at about 460 to 470 watts. And I'm up to 64%, 65%. I just hooked these up and it's climbing already. So we are adding power to our battery pack at a much faster rate. So it looks like you can use 1, 2, or 3 solar panels. Doesn't really matter, but every one you add adds about 150 watts of charging power in full sun. All right, so it's now 1 week later since I did my initial setup and achieved what I wanted to do to show to myself and everybody watching the video that essentially anyone can buy one of these units, set it up fairly easy, and get it to start charging. One thing I did notice that I really didn't care for with my particular kit, and yours could be different, but the Bluetti kit that came with my solar generator only came with a 3-foot jumper to go from the generator to the solar panels. Now today, I want to represent a real life scenario where the power goes out in the summer and I want to run my 1940s non-efficient refrigerator and my chest freezer and a big barn fan to keep cool. But in real life, you wouldn't want to leave your solar generator outside. You'd want it inside, I would think. At least I would. Keeps it out of the weather, keeps it out of prying eyes. Bad enough someone may walk away with a solar panel, but I'd rather that than my generator. So I went on Amazon and I bought this solar extension cable, and I'll put a link in the description below. But what I'm hoping is, in a real life scenario, if we needed to use this in a case of emergency, I'd set up the generator inside, plug in the extension cord, run it through and under a door or through a window, down to the solar panels, and it would be continuously charging the generator inside where I have my fridge, my freezer, my fan, or my heaters if it's winter plugged in. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up outside and do my little simulation. Solar panels all connected, plugged into the new extension cable, which I've got plenty there. Let's say I wanted to run it downstairs and outside at the house, I would have plenty enough to do that. And it's plugged into the generator. It's time to hook up some loads and see how this works. Okay, so right now I'm at 94% charge and only getting 45 watts in through the solar panels, so direct sunlight makes a huge difference. But I'm going to let that charge up to 100, and I'll go ahead and mow the lawn for a little bit, and then once it's at 100 we'll put in our loads and see if it A, runs them all, or B, how long it lasts. Alright, we're up to 98%. Solar panels still in the shade for now, but that's not going to last long. But I'm going to go ahead and apply my load by plugging in the various appliances I want to test. Alright, the first thing I'm going to add is the barn fan. Got us up to 180 watts, but I'm sure that'll increase whenever the freezer motor really kicks in. But let me show you the freezer we just plugged in and the fridge we're going to. So here's the barn freezer, just a classic mid-size chest freezer. Here's the non-EcoStar refrigerator that's in the kitchen here at the barn. That's what we're going to plug in next. It is now 10:30. We're starting at 97%, drawing between 170 and 190 watts between the fridge, the freezer, and the fan. By far, most of that being the fan. But anyway, we'll check back in an hour, see how we're doing. All right, it is now an hour later. We're at 84%, drawing 265 watts. So I'm assuming either the fridge or the freezer is now on. And still bringing in 54 watts because my panels are still in the shade, but they'll soon be in the sun, so that number at the top left will start to creep up. But we'll check back in a while and we'll wrap up this video. Alright, my last update. So I want you to check this out if you can. We're at 75% on the charge. It is now 12:30, but the important thing is, here's the power coming in from the sun. Here's the power going out. I still have the big fan, I still have the freezer, I still have the fridge plugged in. Yet we're netting plus 200 watts per hour. So essentially I'm running everything just like I was before, but now I'm also charging the battery. So this 75% will start going up. I do have the solar panels completely in the sun, and about 450 is what you can expect if you get the angle just right on a perfectly clear day. So what does that tell us? I think this thing is super easy to use. It's going to be very convenient at the house. It's not noisy, it's very quiet, it is heavy, that's the only downside. But it comes down to math. So if you're pulling 250 watts and you start with 2500 watts, you got 10 hours worth of power. So can you make it through the night keeping your food frozen and cold in the fridge and the freezer and keep a fan on to keep you cool? Yes, you can. But once daytime comes, if the sun comes out, you can actually keep those going and recharge your battery at the same time. But anyway, this was never intended to be a quality review video. It's just my experience, first time using a solar generator, and maybe answering some of the questions and concerns that you may have if you were considering buying one but didn't know what the experience would be like. But that's it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.